back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who are brand new around here, I love to talk all about affordable living and intentional homemaking, and we are right in the throes of decorating for the Christmas season. I've already decorated this beautiful room. This is my kitchen. I love my kitchen. I'm in here a large portion of the day, but today's video we're actually gonna be decorating the dining room, as well as doing a fun little tutorial about gingerbread men, gingerbread footballs. We've got all the fun gingerbread things, so definitely give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are brand new, and let's get into the baking and the decorating.
I absolutely love when we get the tree out every year. It is the true beginning of Christmas in my mind, and even though this video is going up last in my decorating series, this tree was actually the very first thing to go up. We grabbed it from Michael's about 8 years ago, and it has served us very, very well over the years. I never grew up with a fake tree. It actually used to be the highlight of my Christmas season to get all bundled up and head out to the local tree market to pick out the best and the fullest tree that they had on the lot. But the tree prices have continued to just skyrocket over the years, and my husband convinced me years ago to purchase a fake tree. I wanted to make sure it was flocked because I loved that style when we purchased this about 8 years ago. And the deal was, if I'm going to be using a fake tree, then it needs to go up on November 1st, and that exactly is what our tradition is now. If it's not quite the 1st, it's somewhere around there, and I love seeing it up throughout the season. I love the coziness that it has ushered in every single year. And I love to hear in the comments below if you grew up picking out a real tree or brought out Old Faithful year in and year out. I didn't film us decorating the tree, but that is honestly because I find that to be kind of a personal and beloved family tradition, one that I wanted to be super present for as we enjoyed time pulling out all the ornaments that represent our family and what we've gone through throughout the years. We always pick out a very sentimental and beautiful ornament and put that to the tree, like add it to the collection every year, and I absolutely love that. But you'll be able to see the fully decorated tree in my upcoming house tour video, which is going to be coming out next week. So make sure to come back to see that. I picked up the sign from Hobby Lobby this year, and although I don't really decorate with wood signs anymore, I truly fell in love with this one. Not only did I feel like the colors and the tone really fit my design style this year, but as I looked at the Christmas wreath, I couldn't help but see the crown of thorns through the beauty of it. I'm not sure if that is what the artist was going for, but I loved how this painting felt like the totality of Christ's time on earth, the beginning and the end, and I knew that is exactly what I wanted in my dining room for this Christmas season. I didn't purchase many new things for this room this year, besides my new favorite sign that I just mentioned, and the few things that I did grab were mostly thrifted items. I've spoken about this so many times on my channel, but you do not need to break the bank for your home to look beautifully decorated. Through a combination of thrifted finds and reusing old items that I had in other locations previous years, I was able to achieve a totally fresh and inspiring look in my dining room and truly throughout my entire house. I mentioned this in a previous video, but I really wanted to challenge myself to be able to create a unique look with items I currently have used in different locations. The candles that I'm adding to the coffee bar I've had since our first year of marriage, but I've never had them on the coffee bar, so this change really brought a bright pop of color and had a lovely impact for zero cost. I also love slowly adding to my collection year after year, carefully curating beautiful pieces and then convey that sense of warmth that I'm hoping for in the season and for years to come. Sometimes I reassess older items and end up taking them to Goodwill, but that is honestly very rare as I find many new locations for them to wind up. I start decorating new rooms and I really enjoy that. I love how my buffet was a totally classic Christmas vibe. It was all done with thrifted decor items or items that I'd purchased many, many years ago. Again, going back to that idea of beautifully curating a collection. Your style can really blend from year to year if you know what you like and you continue to buy similar items year after year. Not just what is trendy for the season, but classic pieces that will stand the test of time and progress with your desired style. The cake plate that I used, for instance, has been in my family for over 35 years. I remember it sitting in my kitchen island while I grew up as a constant centerpiece. And now my kids get to share in its simplistic beauty as they grow up as well. Hopefully it will be a fond memory of various treats being filled for them to giddily enjoy throughout the Christmas season. It's the sweetest feeling in the world to watch your babies making core memories with you as my husband and I do our best to make the season as magical as possible. I wanted to take some time to cozy up this corner of my dining room. It has this window and this old door here throughout the year, and I've always really enjoyed those pieces. I thrifted them so many years ago, but I did so with just these very simplistic evergreen stems with a few pine cones on them. I've had these for years and I thought that they would be perfect just kind of lying on top of the window. And this beautiful, beautiful thrifted piece that I grabbed just last week at the thrift store of Mary holding sweet baby Jesus. I love this photo so much. It's one of my absolute favorites and I can't wait to pull it out year after year. For my dining room table, I did want to grab a new tablecloth that was again classic, simple, and charming. I wanted something that I could use for various seasons, which is a huge thing when I'm buying new items, as I want them to have utility throughout multiple seasons and different purposes, as well as add a very lovely touch during the Christmas season. So I found this beautiful cream color tablecloth with ruffled detail on Amazon, and I could not love it more, guys. There is something very romantic yet sweet about it, as if it came off the table at Green Gables itself. I absolutely love it, and I'll have it linked in the description if you are interested in grabbing it for your own table. I wanted to round off this very subtle style of a tablecloth with a very simple centerpiece, and did so with this tray of gathered items. Most of them came from my thrift haul last week, and if you missed that video, I will have it linked below. I love using trays in my Christmas centerpieces because they are super easily mobile if a holiday gathering calls for more table space. Spoiler, we have already had to move it a few times now as we've had friends and family gather here. Even though I enjoy putting together lovely little vignettes, I even more so adore the countless hours laughing around the table with friends and family as we play games, eat a delicious meal, munch on some amazing treats, or discuss what the year has brought us through. This dining room is super cozy and brings the exact amount of warmth into our home that I was looking for. The dining room truly is the heart of our home. Friends constantly gather here and so much is shared around this table. I'm looking forward to making even more memories here this Christmas as I prepare hot sourdough cinnamon buns, which is our favorite Christmas breakfast tradition, and read some of our favorite Christmas classic tales throughout the season. Our table is where we share so much life together. I truly love this room and all of the beauty and simplicity that it has brought to our entire house this Christmas season. As I had mentioned in my other Christmas decorate videos, I wanted to not only decorate, but to bring a tutorial to y'all and each and every single one of my videos for the Christmas season. In my kitchen decorate video, we created dried and natural ornaments and garlands with oranges and cranberries. And in my living room, I showed you how to fill out a banister garland to give it a very gorgeous and robust feel for the season. And in this video, I thought it would be perfect to include a gingerbread cookie baking tutorial for you and your families to enjoy. Since we love keeping fresh baked holiday cookies, in our case in the dining room, I thought that this would be absolutely perfect. And since my boys are always my biggest helpers, they were all too excited to jump into the cookie making and decorating. So for this recipe, you are going to need 1 cup of soft butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 large egg, 1 cup of molasses, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then for your dry ingredients, you're gonna want 5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt. And then your gingerbread spices specifically, you're gonna want 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of allspice, a half a teaspoon of cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. This creates such a delicious blend all together, and I absolutely love the mixture. It came out so well. So what I was starting off with was beating the butter and the brown sugar in my stand mixer. And then once that was completely creamed together, I added in my egg, molasses, apple cider vinegar, and vanilla. And as that was mixing together, I then put all of my dry ingredients, including all the gingerbread spices, in a separate bowl. And yes, my adorable little helpers were there to help me out the entire way. Once I had everything mixed together, I then added the dry ingredients into my wet mixture as it was continuing to be in the KitchenAid. Once that was fully mixed, I just covered it with some saran wrap and stuck it in the fridge for a few hours. You want to do at least 3 hours, but you can do it up to overnight.
You are my home.
After your cookie mixture has had time to sit in the refrigerator, you're gonna take it out, let it sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes so it's a little bit easier to roll, and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Then I just took my dough and I actually made it into 2 different sections. This was just easier for me to be able to roll out. And then I rolled out my dough and I used my cookie cutters to make a whole bunch of fun shapes. Don't you disappear. I can feel every heartbeat, holding you close to my body. Time over slowly smiling. Yeah, you got me. Not even overreacting. You're like a chain reaction. I never felt this happy. Yeah, you got me. Once you have all of your cookies out and on your baking tray, you're going to want to bake them in your oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I will link the recipe in my description for you to follow along with as well, so that will be much easier for you instead of just writing down everything I just said. And after I was finished baking my cookies and allowing them to cool, I made some homemade icing to decorate with. Super simple. I mixed together 1 cup of powdered sugar with 2 tablespoons of milk. And then I used my whisk attachment to my immersion blender to mix it all together smoothly. I grabbed a mason jar originally to make this whole process more aesthetically pleasing for the camera, and then I immediately regretted that decision when I realized it was impossible to get my measurement cup into it. Oh well, you live and you learn, and hopefully next time I will get a bigger bowl. Once you've achieved a thicker consistency, pour the icing into a sandwich bag and cut the corner to create your own little piping bag. This is the easiest way to decorate each cookie, which my son and I had a blast doing together on Thanksgiving morning as we watched the parade march past Macy's on our TV screen. Another one of my absolute favorite holiday traditions, and I'm so happy to be able to pass it on to my kids and have fun with them. These cookies came out so incredibly delicious, and since we baked them for Thanksgiving, they were a fantastic treat for everyone to snack on. I hope that this is going to be another tradition that we can continue to grow as the years go on. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm always so grateful for you all. Leave a comment below and let me know what some of your favorite baked goods to make during the Christmas season. And I can't wait to see you guys next week as we will be doing our entire house tour to see how everything has come together. Again, check in the description below if you're interested in seeing how we've decorated other parts of the house or seeing some of our other tutorials. And I will see you guys next week. I cannot wait, and I hope you are having a magical Christmas season. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Bye.